So this is our lower body cool down to stretch and recover the lower body after an intense resistance workout or even some high intensity interval training if that's what you've been enjoying. So first we'll open up some circulation by moving into just alternating lateral lunges, lateral squats here. So side to side. Keep the heart elevated, especially if you're coming off a high intensity workout or one where your heart rate was up in the vigorous working zone. You want to give yourself some free movement here just to let that come back down to a neutral place. The next time that your right knee is bent, hold here. Just sit back into the heels and then allow the inner thigh on the left side to elongate. Rooting down evenly through both feet, switch sides here. So this is an opportunity to thank your legs, to give gratitude to your hips and your glutes, and to really notice where you're feeling the work. All right, come into a standing forward bend here, both legs straight. If your heart rate is still a bit elevated, keep your head level with your heart and hips. Otherwise, you can start to fold all the way forward, really pressing through the outer edges of both feet, moving into the IT band, which can be nice if there was any unilateral movement that you enjoyed. Those supporting muscles really tend to work and we forget about them, so giving them some attention here. And then we'll turn to the right, over your right leg here, letting the back knee come down. So just taking a moment to let the hip flexor open. So give the weight of your pelvis to gravity, but keep it buoyant and supported. So without letting it kind of sag down, you might roll kind of to one side or the other. And then keep that left hand planted down, spin your right arm open, and then use your right hand to press the right hip open. Come onto the knife edge of your right foot. This can be a great stretch for the outer hips here. Coming back through center now. And then we'll work into the hamstring. So sliding the hips back, straightening that front leg. Really press through the front heel and then magnetize the front heel energetically toward the left sitting bone. So you create some engagement in the back of the leg as it releases. So these two actions happening at the same time. Then you can point your toes to one side and the other. Again, giving some love to the lower legs. We'll come forward once again. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee high. And just transition through center to the other side now. Letting the back knee come down. Untucking the toes. And again, giving the weight of that back leg to gravity. Working into the hip flexor there. As you open the front hip. Kind of in a lizard pose modification here. And then keep your right hand planted. Start to spin the left arm open. Take your left hand to the inner left thigh. Come onto the knife edge of left foot and let that leg open to the side. Really engaging the knife edge of that front foot so that you're not creating any overextending in the tendons, but really staying connected. Staying embodied here. Back through center as you're ready. Start to slide the hips back, straighten that front leg any amount. Magnetizing front heel toward the sitting bone on that side. Softening the heart and belly over the straightened leg. And then pointing the toes one side and then the other, maybe pointing them forward, flexing them back. Whew, you should start to feel that work. And we'll come forward once again, this time finding tabletop. So just allowing the hips to sway side to side here. We'll cross at the ankles and transition to a seat. So lower down all the way onto your back. Finding our figure 4 stretch here, cross right ankle over left. Hug the shape of your legs into your body. You might shift the weight from side to side, exploring the sensation so that you can kind of access all areas of the outer glutes, outer hips here. And then let your left foot come down. Slowly lower the shape of your legs over to the left, so crossing the right knee over. Then you can release the cross of your right ankle over the left knee, coming into a spinal twist. And with your left knee bent beneath you, can you reach for your left toes with your right hand? So creating a bit of a pretzel here. And then take your right foot, place it on the inner left thigh. You can start to curl your tailbone under until you feel some sensation, some stretch in the left quadricep hip flexor. So really press with your right foot on the inner left knee, moving the inner left knee away from you, down and away. Again, drawing the pubic bone to navel, gently curling the tail to elongate the front line of the body here. Then we'll come back up, keep the left knee bent, left foot on the floor, extend your right leg up, just a brief hamstring stretch. We kind of already targeted them, but giving them some additional love here. Internally rotate the right hip joint here. And then half happy baby on this side. So bending the right knee out to the side, pressing the sole of the right foot down, aiming for the top of the right thigh to touch the floor on the outside of your rib cage. Breathe so much, inflate the lungs so much that the lower belly expands into the hips to create space. You might have a hand on the belly to receive that feedback. And then release. So the right foot comes down, cross left ankle over right, figure 4 stretch here. Hugging the shape of your legs into your chest, feeling that deep stretch in the outer hips. So your legs participated, they gave their all in power and strength, and now is an opportunity for them to receive. So how can you facilitate that surrender? Notice if your hip flexors or your groin muscles tend to tighten even in this shape. Can you soften them? Can you release into the stretch? And then let your right foot come down. Send the shape of your legs over to the right. You can release the cross of your left ankle over the right knee, coming into a spinal twist. Shoulders stay square and grounded on the mat. And then bending that right knee deeply, reach for your right toes with your left hand. Place your left foot on the inner right thigh and press down. Create some pressure here. Curl the pubic bone to navel. Gently curl the tail under until you feel some awakening in the right thigh, the right quadricep. We'll be here a few more breaths. And then releasing that. Right foot comes to the mat. Extend your left leg straight up to the sky. A little bit more love for the back of the leg here. And then bend your left knee out to the side. Find half happy baby now on this side. So aiming to get the top of the left thigh down on the mat beside you. Again, letting go in the hip flexors, inner thighs, the groin. And then coming back through center, give yourself a squeeze, hug both knees into chest. And take any final movements that you need for your workout, your practice to feel complete. And then find a comfortable resting position. If you've been doing a lot of work for the glutes, it might feel nice to knock the knees in and release the feet to the sides. That can relax the sacrum, bring a bit of balance there. We won't be here for too long. This is really just creating a bit of space and pause for transition from what can be an intense workout, one that recruits a lot of attention and strength and focus, to the rest of your day, so that you can leave anything that might be weighing on you or clouding your vision. Leave all of that here. You were able to sweat it out and to metabolize some of that energy through your breath. You need not carry it with you. Our goal is that you leave these workouts with more energy than when you arrived. And so take this work, take this energy that you've cultivated, this heat, so that you can move intentionally to whatever comes next. Let's enjoy one more very deep breath together. Inhale. And on the exhale, sigh. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Let the knees sway from side to side. And then we'll journey back up to a seat, however you like. Maybe rolling to one side or forward and back, however it suits you best. And give yourself a moment here just to acknowledge how you feel, how you are leaving this workout, and offer yourself a deep thanks for showing up today. And I want to give that same thanks to you for sweating and for letting your body be moved by Lune.